Give your confidence a real boost. People that are concerned about what others think about them often lack confidence. So, by increasing your confidence, you can become a lot more independent and go your own way. Having more confidence is important for everyone, so if you want to increase your confidence, then you will need to make a shift in your thinking. At the end of the day, it is not difficult at all to boost your confidence, but it is going to take consistent effort and a bit of time. Yes, there are some techniques that will help you improve your confidence almost instantly, and we will cover some of these here. But for the best long-lasting results, be prepared to take a longer-term view. 1. Change your posture for an instant confidence boost. Okay, let's start with something really easy that will change your state and make you feel more confident straight away. If you had to walk into a room full of strangers, how would you do it? Let's say that it is a party you have been invited to and you hardly know anybody. Do you walk into the room with your head down, your shoulders rounded, and with shallow breathing? This is what a lot of people with low self-confidence will do. They think that if they walk around like this, then nobody will want to talk to them, and they can fade away into the background. And guess what? This usually works. But why would you want to do this? It will do nothing for your confidence. Here's what you need to do instead. Change your posture so that your head is up and your shoulders are back and you are breathing normally. Add a smile to your face and then get yourself into that room. Make eye contact with as many people as you can. This change in posture, smiling, and eye contact will give you an instant confidence boost. People will naturally gravitate towards you and want to meet you and talk to you. Your self-confidence will go through the roof when you change your posture this way. 2. Think differently. How do you think if you have made a mistake or done something to embarrass yourself? We all make mistakes and do things that are embarrassing, but the way that you think about these things afterwards is critical for your confidence. Let's look at a common moment of embarrassment for women. A woman uses the bathroom and comes out with her dress tucked into her panties. If the woman was low in confidence, she would spend many nights replaying this situation over and over in her head and call herself all kinds of nasty names. The confident woman will chuckle to herself and think, that was a bit embarrassing, and mark it down as an amusing story and get on with her life. The takeaway here is that unconfident people will overanalyze a situation like this because they are so concerned about what others think of them. Does this sound familiar? What we recommend you do here is to stop this negative thinking cycle dead in its tracks by thinking positively. You need to break the pattern of this negative thinking so you can distract yourself with something else to take your mind away from the incident. Is this easy to do? Yes, it is, but you're going to have to practice doing this quite a lot until it becomes a habit and an automatic reaction. The woman who laughed at the incident had the right approach. Laughter is always good, so if you make a mistake in the future, learn to laugh about it. 3. Stop idolizing others. If your confidence is low, it is easy to think that your flaws are much worse than other people in your social circle. The reason for this is that a lot of unconfident people idolize others by labeling them as perfect. There's nothing wrong with using other people for inspiration, as you will learn in the next video, but you need to do it in a positive way. There's a big difference between seeing the good in someone else and idolizing them. When you idolize someone else, you are naturally going to lower your confidence, so it is vital that you stop doing this because it will prevent you from moving forward with your life. If you find yourself doing this in the future, then focus on your own qualities. Think to yourself, I am very proud that I can spot good character traits in others, repeatedly so that you stop yourself going into an idolizing spiral. 4. Be proud of who you are. If you don't like the same things as others do, then that is okay. You don't have to follow all of the latest trends like others do. In fact, it shows character that some of the meaningless trends that a lot of people follow these days do not sway you. It really doesn't matter that your friends all like a certain type of music and you prefer something else. You need to accept that you are happy and stay true to yourself. Write a list of things that you like and dislike in your journal and get comfortable with your choices. Advanced tactics to compare yourself to others in a good way. You already know that comparing yourself to other people is a natural thing to do. In this video, we will discuss how you can make comparisons that are beneficial to you rather than evoke feelings of negativity. So, let's take a look at the best way to do this. 1. What are your motivations for the comparison? To make healthy comparisons, you need the right intent. Otherwise, you can find yourself at the mercy of unhealthy comparisons. If you don't have the right motivation for a comparison, then it is better not to compare yourself at all. If you admire someone that has achieved what you want to achieve, then your intent needs to be to identify the gap between you in terms of knowledge and experience. You can then use this to plan your next moves. Ignore everything else about the person and just use this information to drive your life forward. 2. Be really curious about this experience and knowledge gap. Once you have identified the gap between you and the successful person, you need to ramp up your curiosity so that you find out every little detail about what you are missing. This requires a deep dive into what the person does and how they achieve their success. Ask yourself a number of questions about the gap. If you cannot find the answers that you need, brave and reach out to the person that you are comparing yourself to. Ask them specific questions about how they got to where they are today. Most people like to tell their story and will probably be willing to help you. 3. Do it your way. Always remember that you are not trying to become the person that you are comparing yourself to. What you are looking for is similar results. You're very different to everyone else and will approach things differently to them. It is essential that you embrace these differences and do things your way. Whatever you need to do to bridge the experience and knowledge gap between you and the other person has to be done your way. This is the fastest way to success for you. You can then look back and be proud of the fact that it was all your own work. 4. Be prepared to make the effort. If you really want to achieve similar results to the person who you are comparing yourself to, then you need to be prepared to put in consistent effort. There is no magic button to press here. Don't think that you cannot achieve what they have. It just takes a lot of hard work on your part. They are human the same as you. When you develop a work ethic, it will drive you to success. Hard work is a term that most people have difficulty with these days, but never take this attitude. Having to work hard to achieve something is a lot more satisfying than having something that you achieved easily. Comparing yourself with others' best practices. You've learned a great deal going through this training. To help you to move forward in the best possible way, we have 7 best practices for you that we strongly recommend that you follow. So, let's get into it. 1. Always use comparisons to improve yourself. You can derive a lot of benefit by using comparisons with others to improve yourself. To do this successfully, you need to be clear on your intent and motivation. When you do this right, it can provide you with a great inspirational boost. 2. Never use comparisons to validate how good you are. A lot of people will use comparisons with others to validate the fact that they are superior to them in some way. This is a very unhealthy comparison, which is likely to have a lot of negative consequences. 3. Don't compare yourself to others based on insecurity and fear. This is the worst form of comparison, which can lead to intense anger and bitterness. Unfortunately, it is the most common form of comparison, and if you're doing this now, then you need to use the techniques in this training to stop doing this. 4. Compare yourself with yourself. Get into the habit of focusing on yourself and monitoring your own progress. Rather than compare yourself to others, use self-comparison instead. Set yourself goals and check your progress against them regularly. 5. Do it your way. Accept the fact that you are different to everyone else. What works for some people may not work for you and vice versa. It is essential that you do things your way. Learn from others, but create your own plan and do your own thing. 6. Learn to love yourself. Get over any hang-ups you have about loving yourself. Self-love is very empowering and will help you to become more confident in yourself and reduce the need to compare yourself with others. Being over-dependent on others is very unhealthy, and you need to take action to move away from this as soon as you can. 7. Boost your self-esteem and confidence. When you have a high self-esteem and confidence, you will not need to compare yourself with others very much, if at all. Start a journal and make entries every day about the progress you are making. Look back over past achievements and challenges to see how far you have come. Work every day on boosting your self-esteem and increasing your confidence.